All right, chat. Welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero for the finale. The end. We must go to the end. It's the very end. It's the final day. Act 5. Who fucking knows what's going to happen now? It's been a weird game start to finish. It's been a really lovely game. We were just talking before we started here. It's been a really lovely game. I'm happy I've played it. It's deeply, like, personally a town. Personally connecting to me. But, yeah. Martin's got to get some sleep. Sounds good, Martin. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Get some sleep. It's been unlike any other game I've ever played, is how I would describe Kentucky so far. I'm interested to see how it wraps up. Little into hearts, Martin. Much love. There's footsteps. Footsteps? Ron sighs. Oh. Is that a camel? What is that? Shannon says, give me just a minute. How did this all fit in that truck? I'm afraid you carried more than your share. At the end of the last act, they were at the bottom of a silo in the middle of a lake, and they were carrying stuff out. It was weird. It was weird. TVs are pretty heavy, too. How are you holding up? Tired butt. ... Zoo, how's it going? Zoo says, good morning. How are you doing today? And what is this game? Welcome to Kentucky Route Zero. Exclamation Kentucky in chat will tell you a little bit about it. Yeah. I'm doing great though. How are you today, Zoo? Panda, I think your pet octopus needs some attention. Thank you, Panda. Hi, Zoo. How are you though? How are you? The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The flowers are opening. Dew glistens on the grass. The worms are gonna be out for sure. May I use your phone, Miss Shannon? Oh yeah, shit, the battery's dead. So are we ready to go? I don't wanna know. Where is 5 Dogwood Drive? Right. Oh shit, I just clicked. Ezra says, I'll scout ahead. Okay, holler if you find anything. Are we gonna walk around? This is pretty. I don't know exactly what it is. It's flooded. Oh my god, are we following the cat? Check out the cat. Are these horses? Dead horses? Yo, it's so pretty. Yo. I'm wonderful. I'm just relaxing on my weekend. Oh my god. What do you got going on this weekend? If he says, no, I think it should be happy. Right. It's a remembrance. Right. Pretty. Like a monument. Pretty. Totally. They should be represented with dignity and respect, of course. Look at this barn. D&D tonight. A bit of hanging out with family. Yo. Is this a long D&D campaign you have going, or This music's Oh, we're inside the barn. Panda says, are you uploading these to YouTube? I think I will be. Probably just in, like, straight shots. Straight shots. Not gonna split them up much. Okay, we're in the barn. It's just a dead horse. That's a damn shame that's what you call it. What, the dead horse? What's this button do? Oh, shit. We meowed. Distressed meow. We play weekly every Friday for many years now. Same group for around 10 years. How long does a campaign take, Zoo? Not 10 years, right? 10 years. Holy shit. A reassuring meow. Ron says, you're right. Can I go across the water? Listen to the cat. The cat splashing. Little pitter patter. The fuck is this over here? I don't know that I've done anything. That's not true. I've run. I've run for 10 years. I don't know that I've done anything for 10 years. That's what I was gonna say. I've barely been friends with people for 10 years. 10 years with one group. Yeah, that's the difference. I've breathed for 10 years. Waffles for any weather. Oh my god. A restaurant called Waffles for any weather. What's right here? What's right here? Is that a zoo? Is that a parrot? Jorge scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There was only a few dozen left. More shelves than books now. The result of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. A Crystal Age. A fairly recent publication. Jorge flipped through the pages for a minute. Binding was stiff. He hadn't read the book, but had discussed it with Isabel, the community architect. It was the story of a man who sleeps for thousands of years, awakes into a world without hunger or strife. Isabel had requested the book, part of a collection she was building called Ecological Mysticism. Now it was to be the latest victim of Fraser's reckless experiment. She says the main three of us for 10 years. Some others come and go. Jamie says I was going to say, imagine having friends at all. You've been reading for 10 years? I have. But not the same book. I've been running on my same legs, I guess, for 10 years. Fraser proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life in search of excess to cut back. Lately, he had turned his scythe to the library. New Selection meant decimating their store of books according to Fraser's own inscrutable criteria. Now we're guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. The wheat and the chaff. If I start reading Infinite Jest, it might very well take me 10 years to get through it. Fraser, that's possible. Fraser's colorless voice echoed in Jorge's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he tucked the book under his arm, set off for the woods. Can I go over here? I can, right? Oh, wait. Let's meow. Let's meow. It's a greeting meow. Rita says, oh, hi, kitty. Where'd you come from, huh? You follow a bird up here? These folks, the ones who built this thing, they chased birds, too. They chased birds, too. A bunch of birders? An intrigued meow. That's what they wrote. They followed some migrating birds up here from Central America. You guys ever get one of those excellent net cracks that just, ooh, sets your whole life right? Ooh. Somewhere up to Florida and then here. Waffles and weather. Nope, waffles for any weather. What is this? That's a ghost of a human. There's a church. Florida doesn't exist. Florida is a lie that we tell ourselves. Most games we do are all made up as we go, and the story changes as we play. Don't do actual set game stories, usually. Nice. I've wanted to play D&D for a long time. Never had it actually happen, though. Never had it align. You know, the stars align for, like, the right group, the right amount of time. I had a good group of friends who we had the idea. wanted to play. We had the desire to play. But it happened right as we were all about to disperse to different areas. Move on with our lives. Right after grad school. Ooh, what the hell is going on here? They're moving in slow motion. I cannot stand not following a story in D&D. Why not, Panda? Do you want to play? We're playing on roll 20 during these times. What does that mean? We're playing on roll 20 during these times. Oh, is that something online? I guess that's online. I thought you meant you were like 20 rolls in or something. Roll 20 is online. Gotcha. I think Megan would kill me if I tried to add anything to my plate right now. Zoo, I will keep you in mind for when I have slightly less going on in my life. I will 100% keep you in mind. 6 or 7 men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud, really. Made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. The other thing that might happen, potentially, is I might end up... We'll see. I have to talk to Eclipso about this, my friend, and you know I'll know him. Red Eclipso. There's a potential for us to potentially play together, and potentially do something on stream or something. Potential. It's very far in the works, but I didn't know it was gonna make a link. That's fine, Zoo. That's fine. There's a group I used to hang out with, some guys who used to play D&D, but we fell apart before we got to do it. For me, it's like if I don't know what I'm working towards overall, then it gets annoying, because what's the point? So the structure, you might say the structure is not to be all therapy for you, Panda, but you might say that structure is very comforting to you. Control is even comforting to you. Here at the bottom of the hollow, there were patches of mud everywhere. Bottom of the hollow. You know how a person does not actually live in Kentucky or Tennessee? They say hollow instead of holler. The holler. There were patches of mud everywhere. Water pooled on the ground or just below the surface. That was the danger. Laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. Okay. That's straight up nerve-wracking. Jamie says, I'm like that too, Panda. Yo, this is like... Ooh, this is pretty. I like this. I like this. Look at these little fucking trees. Look at these white trees. Oh my god. Oh, it's pretty. Slow-mo Crow says... This is where the TV station was. WEVP TV right there. This was the whole town. It got flooded. Oh, this is what happened. Wow. I just now pieced it together, of course. Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college. No surprises there. Nikki showed her the video databank. Sand and image processor. Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. The GM gives us some options, but sometimes we're like, nah, we want to go hunting on that mountain. Rita had entered the public broadcasting program. It's Ryan. That room in there is Ryan's stream room. Honestly, though, have you seen this room? JK, I'm slowly we're piecing this motherfucker together. Slowly. Hi Kingsley, what's up, buddy? Rita had entered the public broadcasting program at Fishtrap Lake Community and Technical College with a vague desire to be a newscaster. One of her instructors got her excited about pirate television. You better believe I'm clicking on pirate television. What the fuck is pirate television? Actually looks really good though. We're still working on it. Work in progress. It wasn't quite the radical guerrilla television crew. Nope. Yep. Dreamed of joining. This group seemed more interested in sharing the town's home movies than culture jamming and interfering with corporate stations, but she liked that focus on local concerns. As long as everyone's having fun, the playstyle isn't wrong. It just doesn't work for you. That's good to know, Panda. That's very mature of you. Very mature. Just less for you. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. Bad news. As she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. Studied their faces, found concern for sure, but also something like relief, hope, an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. The power company is piecing the fuck out of the town. Interesting. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Oh, there's hope there. There's hope there. Hope is the thing with feathers. There's hope there. Ron said TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? Speaking of home movies, Ryan, if you want to know how I'm feeling towards Gilmore Girls right now, I loathe Jess and Rory. Everything else is fine. And why do you loathe them? And why? I'm so interested. Jamie says, I'm having these cookies I haven't had since I was a child, and I'm so happy. Oh, yes. She just got banged up a little in the storm. Oh, there's a plane. Oh, it's a glider. I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure. I'm happy for you, Jamie. Megan delivered me a cookie yesterday on stream, and I about had an orgasm on camera. Ezra says, can I fly it? Clyde says, how's your upper body strength? Ryan, Mr. I've never seen Gilmore Girls, but I'm a walking encyclopedia on the subject. Listen, I'm not a walking encyclopedia. There are technically still episodes that I have not seen all of. However, I still say that I've seen all of it because I grew up, my sister watching it in the other room. So I've basically absorbed every episode that way. And then Megan watches it all the time, and so I've absorbed it that way. I think technically I have not seen some of the new some parts of the new episodes, and maybe occasional parts of episodes along the way. I'll have her Skyworthy again in a couple hours. I've been doing this a long time, kiddo. Been doing it a long time. Been doing it a long time. Jess is fucking manipulative AF and is not healthy to be in a relationship. Rory mistreated Dean with that whole thing. Sounds about right, Panda. Sounds about right. Oh. I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you, Panda. I can't wait for you to... You're one season in? Are you completely done with the first season or not? At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had it dropped off in the middle of the day when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. The truck reminded him of New York City, Ron, which he'd visited once by bus and which had made a great impression on him, especially the mountains of garbage that dotted the sidewalks. The truck didn't smell yet, but it would. A glorious patina, built up over decades of progress and labor. Do you guys know what patina is? Do you guys know patina? I'm like part of the way through season 3. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think I can like Jess without a redemption arc, to be very fucking honest. Let's go. Let's go. Jamie's giving herself a lot of self-love. I know what patina is. It's a great word. It's a great word. Excellent word. Of course, there was nowhere to drive it. Even Ron conceded that. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damned messianic ditch. Messianic ditch. Better spent. They had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. Gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. Weird. Weird.
Messianic.
Messianic. Is that how you say it? Actually? Hi, Mars. Thanks for the 5 bits. No? Okay, I was like, I didn't think so. It's messianic, right? That way? I think I said it a couple ways, but I think that's the way I am most sure of. How's it going, Mars? How was the meeting with the student? Mars, did you hear? We're going to play Crash Bandicoot next week. Uh-oh. Cats. Somebody's sleeping on their front porch. Wanda sleeps peacefully. Let's meow at her. Annoy her. Let's meow at her. Nope, I can't meow at her? Okay, fine. What's going on up here? You know what these look like right here? On the college I went to grad school in, there's this like part of campus which is basically like a what are those called? You live without electricity, you live in these like earth domes, etc., etc. You share food, etc. Yeah. It looks like those buildings. They're all super run down. They have no yards. They just have gardens, basically, all around them. Mars says it went well. They just had a couple questions about an assignment. Nice. Paints and chalks in the small bag. Diary in the large bag. Stuffed dog in the small bag. Photograph of Chris in the large bag. No, in the small bag? Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband, or should Alex keep the photo of his father? Chris had been gone for 3 months. Everyone was saying he deserted the community. Oh, these are hugging right here. It's two people hugging. Everyone was saying he deserted the community. Deserted. Before Frasier, people just left. When had it become a referendum on loyalty? A referendum on loyalty. A heated disagreement in feedback circle, like the one Frasier and Chris had, was just a healthy argument, not a betrayal. But now... She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Frasier had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. You know what? I don't like the sound of this Frasier man. Fuck him. Get him out of here. Get Frasier out of here. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim this incredible lattice of influence, or had they simply blindly given it to him? Referendum on loyalty was my nickname in kindergarten. Referendum on loyalty was my nickname in my last polygamous relationship. Can a relationship technically be polygamous, or is a household polygamous? A family polygamous. A relationship. I'm confused about the plural here. A polygamous relationship. Does that refer to two people connected inside of a larger thing, or the whole thing? Do you think? Fuck Frasier? That's what I'm saying, Jamie. That's what I'm saying. Assertive meow. Assertively meows. Confident meow. He thinks it's gonna rain again tomorrow. Oops, shit. Frasier is such a good show, and it's all I can think about. Fiance and I actually just finished our watch of it last week. Oh, yeah? I have liked every single episode of Frasier I've seen. Panda says, I'm going to be very honest. I haven't paid attention to a single thing in game. That's okay. This is, in this game, this is, it's such a... I was saying this earlier. I'm so happy I've been playing it. I'm less happy about the decision to stream it. For your sakes more than mine. I have enjoyed so much of it. But, it was not the right choice for streaming, I don't think. For us right now. Is that a cat? No, it's a kangaroo. Nah, it's a guinea pig. A croak reverberates inside the smoker. I've never seen all of Frasier, though, Mars. Not even most of it, I would say. What's wrong with streaming it? We were just talking about this, so I don't want to go super far into it. But it is not a game you can wander in and out of super easily. Are you okay? You struggled a bit there with reverberates. Reverberates. It's not a terribly easy game to like wander in and out of, especially if you want to understand anything. Because I've been here for all of it, and I still understand not everything. I'm in love with the game. It is also for a community like ours where I do a ton of talking with chat, and like, you know, I would say the most fun that all of us have here is less based on how good Ryan is doing at the game, cough cough, and more about the conversation we're all having together. This right now is actually the least talking I've done in this game for the entirety of the thing, because I'm just wandering around as a cat. Very soon it'll be all dialogue options, and my voice will be very busy. The seer reclined high in a tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. If that makes sense, dude. That's my opinion. I don't know. But I also didn't know until I started streaming it. I'm happy I've done it. Would I do it again? I'd play the game again in a heartbeat. I love the game. The game's fucking incredible. I don't know if I'd stream it again. Tree. She loved this spot. The height. Listen to the sound of her carving a pipe, by the way. The distance. She was always at a distance watching everyone work. From this height, she could see the earth movers shaping the mounds under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he'd made from her game, the map. Monuments over here. Delays ending and walks around as a cat for 4 hours. 100%, 100%. Who's this? All I can read is better days. Better days ahead? They put their better days to rest here? I wonder whose better days we're talking about. Inmost. Panda's talking about Inmost. The game that you liked. The game with the shadow things, the dad and the knight and the girl. Yeah, for sure. That was a good game. That was a super great game. Yeah, I love that game. I loved it. She's painting. I love that game. Which is good because I would say the amount of games that we have very much like that is large. Yet to play. Don't worry, we have a lot more where that shit came from. So many games like that. Not exactly like it, but it shouldn't have happened. We should have prepared better. All of us. But most of all, that damn company who built this place and left it only half built when they pulled out of town. Damn shame. Junebug and Johnny. Let's talk to Junebug and Johnny. Junebug and Johnny. Strained to hear the noises coming from the well. It's like two people talking, but not to each other. Talking to themselves, maybe? They're each alone. Maybe they're on the phone? Johnny shades his eyes with his hand. You think they're trying... Let's do this one. Ugh, my eyes aren't adjusting to this light. How are your eyes, Cricket? They're kind of flickery, but okay. Do you want to see? I just need to swap lenses and they'll be fine. You? Panda says, sometimes story-heavy stuff is hella fun because the chat speculates about it just as much as you do. It can be. It's this weird mix, though, Panda. It's this weird mix because if the game is super beloved, then people know, but I don't. If the game is super not beloved, then all of us are blind. But also, if all of us are blind, then potentially we haven't heard of it before, and people are like, what is this? Etc., etc. It's a weird mix. It's a weird mix. James says, I got Disney Plus and found out that it has all 20 seasons or something of The Simpsons, and I'm so happy. Jamie's a Simpsons lover? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. It's a fine, fine line. It's a fine, fine line. Between reality and pretend. Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? This has got to be a song. What's the song, chat? Junebug calls Johnny. Junebug calls Johnny Cricket. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Junebug is an independent machine woman. She don't need no man. I'm okay for now. I have not seen Avenue Q. We've talked about this. Dude, the cat is echoing into the abyss. Tell me. Tell me. That's not the coolest shit you've ever seen. This cat is just echoing, is meowing into the abyss. Literally, let me play this for the next 10 hours. I just want to hear this cat echo into the abyss. Meow into the abyss. That's it. Is that a cardigan that June is wearing? I love cardigans. I don't know if it's a cardigan or a jacket. She rides a motorcycle, so to me, I kind of seemed like a motorcycle jacket kind of deal, but I don't know. Could be a cardigan. It's up to you. Oh, what's he doing? Is that a jack he's playing with? What's he doing? That's pretty. It is pretty, Zoo. It's very pretty. I've been watching WandaVision. Mars, did you see WandaVision? That's also a sexy sound. The ratcheting. Oh, he's dragging the fucking horse body. Wow. He's winching this horse's body across the open grass. Complete with some pulls which are longer and some pulls which are shorter. It's so fucked up. It's so good. I love WandaVision. I haven't seen today's episode yet. Fiance and I watch with dinner. There are few items and people upon this earth that can rival my love for cardigans. Panda loves fucking loves cardigans. All right, cool. So we've done that. Who are these people? Ah, it's Ezra and... How'd you get out of there? Flora. That's right, it's Flora. We talked about this yesterday? We did talk about it. We've talked about it 3 days in a row now. Fucking loves is very different from loves fucking. Yep. Very. How'd you get out of there? I slipped into a stream and held my breath as it carried me deep underground. Then what happened? I had to cross the desert of broken glass. My shoes were ruined almost immediately. Did you cut your feet at all? Terribly, but I persevered. I stepped very carefully around the sharp bits, but the sharp bits were everywhere. The desert was every different color all at once. I was overwhelmed. In a rapturous trance, I glided to the far end of the desert. I'll take you there if you want to see it. Maybe on Saturday. Okay. I'm pretty busy. How about today? Sounds like an LSD trip. I feel like you could use that to describe a decent amount of this game. I was traveling with some strange companions for a while too, but not as strange as yours. There was a strange woman who I think was a witch. She talked a lot about herbs and rituals. I'll try to remember some later. By far my most memorable companions were the Martians. The Mars aliens, if you will. They were silly and lazy and I think a little drunk. But I found them charming in their own way in the end. Jamie's going to try and get a little bit of sleep. Have a good stream. Thank you, Jamie. Have a great sleep. Thanks for being here. Good night. Sleep well. I hung out with an old dog and some musicians. We both had quite the adventure. Wow, I'm jealous, but I won't let it ruin our friendship. We should stick together. Do we want Ezra to have a friend? I agree completely. Oh, stick with your friends. I think they still need your help. Yes, stick with your friends, Ezra. They do need your help, desperately. These people are in a bad way, I would say. Oh, there's a bell. How do we make the bell ring? I already heard that line. Okay. So the question is, how do I get out of here now? This stuff? Oh, I hadn't even seen this shit before. I'd seen that. How do I get out of here? Ring the bell. Chat, are you guys awake? Oh, I miss Minecraft. Do you guys miss Minecraft? What's Ron doing with the horse's dead body? And now you'll return to Chicago? Oh no, I'm headed to Ohio next. I have a few great burial mounds I want to revisit. A few burial mounds out by Dayton I always love to see. Really special. Why did they build this huge dirt spiral? Most of these ancient earthworks are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it's for. It's just art. It's all just art. You miss what, Panda? Tarkov? Kappa, 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 Kappa? I don't miss Tarkov. I've been playing it for YouTube recently, and I'm fucking having so much fun, dude. It's so much fun. For me personally. Oh, and for Bathtub Boy, of course. And Mars really loves it. I don't know about you guys, but Mars really loves the game. Tarkov, more like Barfov. I'll just dig in. Marianne and Nikki. There's a dust mite flying around the air in here. Tarkov about a fun game. Oh, Mars, your humor amazes me. You amaze me. Okay. The Talking Crow. Should we go talk to the Talking Crow? Scary Mo. Oh, what's this? The world around me is changing as I walk. So I feel like I just have to keep walking around. Also, maybe I should walk through this weird arch. Think that triggers anything? Nope. A little pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, there's Ezra. Let's go talk to Ezra. Ezra, what are you doing? What kind of fish are those? They're goldfish. They eat algae and mosquito eggs. Very helpful. Sounds like a good job. Beats working for the power company. Haha. What brings you to town? We're just dropping something off here. Every semester I pick a show to watch while I do schoolwork. This semester it's The Mentalist. I used to watch it every Sunday with my mom as it aired, but I never saw the last season of 13 episodes, so I'm watching it from beginning to end, and I'm in season 3 now. So good. Mars, that's awesome. I actually am trying to convince Meg to rewatch Dexter with me, because she never saw past, like, the first season. We've been on a, like, serial killer-ish kick anyway, so it's like... Good luck. I'm off to work on my poem. Who's it for? It's for the town. Writing a poem for the town. Did I never get to the end of this lady's dialogue? Is that why she's still here? We'll sit through this. Watching shows? What's that like? I know, right, Panda? Gilmore Girls? What? Gilmore Girls, what? Meow at her. Sorry, guys. Have to answer something real quick. And then here. Guess it might have been a metaphor. What does that mean? A serial killer kick? Serial killer-ish kick? What do you think it means? What does it sound like? What do you think it means? We just been watching. We're not serial killers. We just been watching shows about serial killers. You know, it's a thing people do in 2021. Yeah, Megan and I. You know, Megan and I. Me of the can't have 2 beers in 1 week, or else all of a sudden I get really sleepy and grumpy. And Meg of the can't go to sleep later than 10:15, or else she doesn't get the sleep that she wants and feels grumpy. We've been spending all the time we're not on stream, late at night driving around finding people to kill. This is obviously a joke, to be very clear. Yeah, you know us. Like which ones? Name 30. I feel unprepared for the test that I am being given currently. Professor, I would like to maybe retake my test next week after I could study. Shaking my head. Americans, I know, right? Serial killers. No, like we watched. We just watched the Night Stalker documentary. We started the Ripper documentary, but we didn't really like it. We watched a couple episodes of Criminal Minds, just for fun. Megan listens to like a million serial killer podcasts and stuff. My Favorite Murderer and others we've talked about on stream before. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else recently. Those are the big ones, I think. I would like to take my test next week after I can cheat. Exactly. I'm not prepared to cheat today. Holy shit, tests? How the fuck do I do tests? You take them. Which is... Oh my god, I can go into this creepy barn? No, I cannot go into the barn. The cat refuses to go into the barn. That's good. That's a good sense, cat. That's not a barn I'd be going into either. This barn? It'll go in that barn. Yo, we went up into the hayloft or something? Went out the back? I'm going to be in college after not being in school for a year and a half and not having done a test in like 3 years. I'm not prepared. What was I thinking? Payne, I have great news. You're prepared. Tests are not that hard. They're not that different from your normal life. You'll be fine. It's not an ability you necessarily lose, you know? You'll be fine. Not only fine, you'll do great. You're a very intelligent person. I don't know what I'm missing in this scene yet, by the way. I must be missing something, though. What's a test? I haven't seen a test in like 7 years. This is the person who's been in school for the last 24. 20. 18. I don't know that I took a test in the last... That's not true. We had comps comprehensive exams my senior year of undergrad. So we did have very big tests to take. But I didn't take any in grad school. So what's to do here? I'm sure I'll figure it out, but I haven't run. What if I fail? You won't, and if you do that, it's okay. If you do, that is okay. Indeed. Slow-mo Crow. We hadn't talked to Slow-mo Crow apparently enough. Let me talk to Slow-mo Crow. How do I not fail? You just do your best. You study, you ask, you get help when you can, you ask for help when you need help, etc., etc. You are very capable. Do not feed me this lie, Panda, that you are not capable, because I know otherwise. Okay? And I know you know otherwise as well. The crow and the cat chatting back and forth. They've gathered underneath the arch, so I think we may have a conversation to have over there now. Oops. There we go. The crow chitters dismissively. I don't feel capable. Well, our feelings sometimes lie to us. You are, and that's what matters. You're also at the stage yet where you have not had any feedback yet, right? So what's going to happen, Panda, is you'll be nervous, like you're nervous now. You'll go. The nervousness will help you pay lots of attention and be a little bit nervous that you will fail. And so therefore you will have high stakes for really paying attention, which is great and useful. And then you'll get there and you'll pay good attention. You'll take good notes. You'll do your best on the tests. And you'll do either as well as you expect, a little bit less well, or better than you expect. And from there, your nerves will even out. Because even if it's just a little bit worse than you thought it was going to do, you'll figure out how to do better. And the people's job at college will help you. Their job is to help you get better at it. Mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. You don't have to feel capable to be capable. Fucking sprig it with the truth. Truth. Do you hear music? Do you hear music? Just birds singing. Clara says always. Just birds singing. Sprigget dropping truth bomb after truth bomb. Sprigget is firebombing the city of Dresden, except it's actually just truth bombs, and the city is the city of Panda. I don't know why I made that Slaughterhouse 5 reference. It just showed up, this house. When? Sometime last night, I think. I've never noticed it before. Music? From everything I've heard in high school, a professor's job is to make you fail unless you're in the top 1%. Payne, I have great news for you. Whoever you were hearing from in high school is a psychopath and also wrong. Shannon says it feels warmer in here somehow, right? I miss Conway, guys. I miss Conway. It feels warmer and bigger. No, warmer and brighter. Actually, so there's this thing, Panda, which is kind of hilarious. It's actually the opposite of that, which is that in most, Mars is hinting at this, but in most fields, in most colleges, in most higher education, you actually run into a separate issue, which is that fewer people fail and things get elevated the other direction. And that it actually becomes, in general, it actually becomes easier to get higher grades because the grades tend higher. It's not always true in every single place ever, but I'm really enjoying this music. It's actually quite spacious. You could fly a plane in here. Nobody lives here? Well, somebody ordered some furniture. This is 5 Dogwood Drive. The light in here is pretty great, actually. It's a good space to read a book. What would you read? We could set up a whole studio. No, what would you read? Exactly, Mars. Exactly. That is really cool, Panda. That is really cool. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just fucking vibing over here. Give me this music and a smile on my face. And you guys in chat, I'm having a goddamn good time. There's so much history here. Maybe some books from the Old Town Library could be salvaged. The Old Town Library? Okay, but hear me out. What if you took your horse to the Old Town Road? I'm gonna ride till I can't. No, I hate myself. I hate myself. Old Town Road. I could set up a new workshop here. I could fix TVs again, or whatever people need. Hell, I could fix toasters. One could really fit a lot of books in here. I'd like to perform at a place like this. At sunset? I kind of feel like I'm on stage right now, actually. Do you know what I mean? I would love to study philosophy, but that's useless, practically. Let's be honest. It might be useless. I don't know that I'd necessarily agree. It depends on a lot of things. But also, do you just want to be of use in your life, or do you want to be, or do you want to be happy, and do you want to be fulfilled, and do you want to be, fuck what's useful, Mars says, if you love it, study it. Yeah, I mean, within reason, too. I want to be, like, you know, if you feel, some people aren't, I should be careful about how to say this, but, like, I respect the idea that different people have different needs from their education, and not just to study what they 100% love, but I also lean towards that. Yeah, but who's the audience? Everybody's leaving. I think more people will come after these people leave. I hope so. People will come. There's something about this place. I guess we'll be the first. Write first in chat if you were here first. I guess we'll be the first. Spriggus is kind of like an English degree, am I right? Check it out. In reality, none of it is useless. And also, you can take very serious steps to make your useless degree less useless, you know? Spriggus says English is my thing too. This is hilarious. We got a bunch of English majors in the chat telling somebody it's okay to study philosophy. For instance, if you go to places that are known for like eventually, if you want to get into programs that are more like liberal artsy, I could make you the very long and very, very well-reasoned argument for why what people really want in this world is liberal arts graduates, and philosophy is a great reason to a great example of that. For instance, like majoring in sociology, minoring in philosophy, I can imagine that being super useful. I can make that whole argument if we need to. We can do it. I wrote the marketing copy for it, and I believed it, and I lived it as well. We saved what we could. Is this game done? Is this the whole act? From here to that pile of mail, okay? Affirmative meow. Come stand here. This is the starting line. Ezra and the cat are racing. Ready? Get set. Go. Oh, go, cat, go, go, race him. You gotta beat him. Run! He beat you. Oh, it was so close. Ezra says, all right. It's no shame to lose. I'm a fast runner. I'm going to need you to record your argument for that and send it to me so I can show my aunt. I know, right? We're basically saying is study what you want, you'll be fine. Also, you have options along the way to change. You have options along the way to change. I went in as a biology major. I switched that to a minor, got an English major. So maybe what happens here, I have an idea for how this works now. Maybe what happens here is not that maybe we never leave this place. Did we find home? Is this the place? I think we maybe found home. And we just go through different sessions like that one. Like that session we just had right there. We just check back in on the people here. And then the world kind of resets and we do it again. Emily, oh man, it's totally broken. And we're a cat the whole time. I love it so much. Waterlogged tapes. They might still play. Who knows? But all the VCRs are shot. Sad meow. I don't even know where to put all this. I hate to call it trash. Dude, these little strummings in the background, I'm getting chills. I wonder if that garbage truck still works. I can't wait for the fucking bed quilt ramblers to come back and play me some goddamn music. Turns out your parents are never a great example of who to listen to about what you should do in your life. they just have like their own biases. You know? Panda, you're gonna do great. And you also have about 1 million different places along the way to stop, to reconsider, to change your mind, or double down on what you believe. Yeah. You're living your life. You'll be paying your bills. You're the only one who can decide to do what to do with your life. It's true. Panda, that should give you some confidence. That's awesome. That should give you some confidence. It's a nice little setup you've got. Many afternoons have come and gone right here, listening to the radio, taking a break from some maintenance work. How's she looking anyway? Oh, I'll have her up and running again this afternoon, no problem. Just a couple bins in the wrong places. Well, it's just lucky I have all the parts here. Difficult to mail order with no roads. There was one thing Cass always insisted on about this place. No roads leading in or out. Hell, we can always fly. To tell you the truth, I've long suspected the reason Cass never wanted any roads was to keep the horses safe. And now... The horses are most assuredly not safe. The horses are all dead. I am like tears welling up already at this game. Whew, we ain't even there, buddy. We ain't even there. Keep it calm, Ryan. Keep it calm. 5 Dogwood Drive. Nothing over there. Let's see about over here. Nothing there. What about here? Nothing there. I love the way this cat runs. Marianne clears her throat. Well, hello. Wanda sleeping. Sleeping. Curious meow. Nope, dead to the world. Just try again later, I guess. Wanda's gonna wake up eventually. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. It's really cool. Where'd you get it? Oh, it was just in my pocket. My jacket pocket. Isn't it special? It's exactly the one we need to play this game. 20-sided die. My 20-sided die came into effect. Yes. You play board games? I'm more into screens, I guess. This is actually someone else's jacket. I'm sure he doesn't need that anymore. That's right. It's Conway's die. Oh, it's cool that it glows in the dark. Now we just need a dark place to play. My friend's uncle said we could use his basement. I'll hold on to this. Don't lose it. Basement of the gas station? I will guard it with my life. It's the D&D players. 20-sided die. Getting some painting done. There's really never been a road to this place? Why not? Slow-mo crow gently coos. That's what I figured. You chitters. Why? Detailed series of chitters. My dad got a lot of anxiety with his major. He often failed them due to panic attacks. Even hospitalized a couple times. Failed like classes or tests or anything. That worries me as well. Yeah, I mean we're all on a like our own distinct journey with that kind of stuff. Some people, for instance, Megan, my lovely wife, Megan was made. Like, you ever seen those videos, those mostly TikToks, occasionally they were Vines, I think, as well. There's like, when God made me, and then it's like a small cup and it's like good looks, and it's a even smaller cup and it's like brains, and then it's like a big cup and it's like test taking anxiety or whatever, and it just like drowns the bowl. Megan's version of that is literally just like a pool-sized container of good at tests and school taking stuff and like studying and literally anything like that. Like, she was just built to navigate the education system. She's so fucking good at everything. And she has some things along the way, right? Like, she has a little bit of anxiety, she's, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But Megan and I have a very good friend, a Rhodes Scholar, which if you don't know what that means, it means very, very bright. And like, it's insane. A Rhodes Scholar who is probably more intelligent than the both of us, but he's one of my best friends. He's fucking terrible at taking tests. He'll pass out. He's like, gets super anxious. He'll pass out. He'll vomit. Like, he just can't take tests, basically. Yeah. And it's just, we're all just like on our own weird, but he's also gotten a little bit better at it over time. He's gotten better. He took the LSAT. He did really well. He's in law school now, at a prestigious law school. After years of studying for the LSAT, we're all just like, it's that dumb Einstein quote that is quoted way too much. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, et cetera, et cetera. But like, we have different strengths. Yeah. You may be something like your dad. You may not be anything like your dad. Ezra asks if the crow will stick around to help. One confident call. You're right. I'll think about it. Guess we better get started. Is Ezra staying? I hope Ezra stays. I've thrown up so many times during exams. That's not, luckily, a thing I've ever had to worry about. I've gotten nervous on a couple exams, but mostly not. Yeah. It's kind of funny because a lot of what you do in schooling, like the learning about how to learn, happens right alongside the learning about how to adult, how to be a human, etc., etc. And sometimes those conflate, and you mix one up with the other, and sometimes they complement each other. dragging all the horses together. No, miss, they don't scare me at all. If you met them, you'd feel the same way, I'm sure. I don't believe old Jorge would ever hurt us. He's kind and a bit of a bookworm as far as I can tell. I'll leave the radio on for him at night. He seems to like the AM call-in shows, but just out of tune. What is it about the radio they love? They all love it. Where to next, miss? For me, it's back on the road. Performance in Nashville. I'm beginning to think I might stay here. Is that ridiculous? I'm glad to know someone will be around after we're gone. I'll stay here and care for your ghosts. Is that what these are, do you think? These are just ghosts? Maybe they're all just ghosts. You know? Does it work? Bob says, I don't know. I think you wind it here. No, it doesn't work. I could probably fix it. Oh, you could definitely fix it, man. Then you'd have a new robot friend. Then I'd have a new robot friend. Oh, there's a stone here. What's going on with the stone? Cat's sitting up on the stone. She watched him. She stood in her own shadow. A few deer hunters and talkers walked past but said nothing to the seer. Didn't even look. She studied the path. This was the path the seer had found in her scrying game. A series of private dice rolls and inscrutable diagrams. At the end of the route, she'd seen a safe, quiet place. Caverns of leathery black birds, a lake of eyeless fish, a towering flame. We've seen all three of those places. Bat Cave, Lake Leith, and then the cavern. Mammoth, nope, the cavern with the Xanadu. Now the diver walked the mounds, memorizing the route. He was almost ready. What's going on over here with this tire? I keep spitting on my screen because I just talk too much. Clyde lay on his back on the runway. Hands folded beneath his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived a plane crash and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. The runway smelled like oil. Years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said they wanted was to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying this small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. It would bring in new goods, new people, maybe even some cash from tourism. Many of the residents supported the idea. But Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers knew that a road would be the end of their secluded paradise. Paradise. This is Ezra and Flora. Choppy seas today, Captain. Aye, Captain, let's reinforce the sails. They have that boat. Other cat? No? Let me ring the bell. Please let me ring the bell. Please let me ring the bell. All I want to do is ring your bell. Oh, we're getting to see more, though. Check out these birds. Nope, right here. Oh, they're talking. Haha, tourism, what's that like? Wait, tourism happens when people travel? Do you remember travel? What's travel? Shannon says, oh, hi, kitty. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I guess the weather was pretty bad last night, though. You're a chatty one, aren't you? Yep. It's a fanciful meow. Whatever you say. Alright, well, take it easy. Johnny and who? Johnny and what's her name? The poet? It's a little kid. It's a little kid. Hi, Tub. How's it going? Nikki. Isn't just the rodents. Floors are mostly rotted, I think. You'd fall right through. I'm surprised they're still standing after last night. I saw today dozens of commercial pilots called officials saying they were rusty and making a lot of flying mistakes while flying with passengers. What are you talking about, Panda? Most of them have good bones. It's just these ones have the power company built. They're rotten. Power company houses. Power company moved in here a while back. How's it going, Tub? And set it up like their own little town for the workers. They didn't build them too good, huh? It's garbage. They couldn't be bothered. I lived in that one over there, in fact, when I first came here to work at the power plant. Oh, yeah? I wouldn't set foot in there now, though. A lot of commercial pilots in America have reported that their flying skills are rusty because of the pandemic. Now I understand. I mean, I'm cool. It's a weird opinion, right? But I'm cool with pilots making mistakes, so long as they don't make the bad one, you know? Make a ton of small mistakes. That's fine with me. Just so long as you don't make the bad one. I'll trade you like 6. You get 6 minor mistakes, so long as none of them affect the safety of the flight. Give me any of the small ones. That's a pretty tree. I like that tree. I like that tree. That's a nice boulder. Oh, right there. Let's go there. This little trellis here. They're gardening over here. Pilots, surgeons, and fortune tellers. 3 jobs where you should not be making mistakes. As long as I don't know of my death. As long as I don't know or my death is quick, any minor mistake is good in my book. Rita tore up weeds, almost stood next to her with the bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds. He stuffed them in the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive till evening. Dude, Megan and I have done this exact scene. Except instead of buckets, it's a trash bag. Megan picks the things. I stuff them in the shit. Rita and Elmo left to get some tea. Bucket of weeds sat warming in the sun. Dandelions wilted. Clover dried. Some wayward insects continued to eat. When they returned, they assumed the same roles and continued working. Garden was coming along as well as they could hope, given months of neglect. When the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area, took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family who had tended this garden, the largest and most productive in town, for years. Panda, you have been following since April 30th of 2020. Now the garden would be cared for by a new family, and feed what was left of the town, whatever it became next. Didn't know much about gardening, but they were prepared to learn on the job. They knew for sure they'd plant tomatoes. Those had grown well from this garden in the past. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt. Sprigget's gonna go crash a while. Best wishes to Panda. See you all later. Sprigget, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. Little into hearts to you. Yeah, take a nap. I hope the migraine feels better soon. That's crazy to think you're coming up on a year, Panda. Coming up on a year. Nikki says until finally it just gave way. But you did good work. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. If they let you finish, oh, forget about it. This place would be dry as a bone. You always did good work. Inquisitive meow. It's a memorial. Is it a wheelbarrow with flowers inside of it? Because I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I just opened Project Winner. Oh, shit. I just opened the next... Oh, no. I just accidentally clicked off. Oh no! Ah! Almost a year and nothing has changed. By that, do you mean my bad gameplay and my reading chat incorrectly? Point exactly? Yep. Ezra says, there you are. I think this other cat was looking for you. Will you be a family now? Funny how you stick together and you still act like you're all alone. That's the cat way, huh? Always alone together. Let's be alone together. We could be young forever. Miss Shannon's like that, I think. Just like that old man we were traveling with. We haven't talked about Conway yet. He can't help it, though. I think he forgot how to do anything else. He thought he deserved it. Yeah, I'm grieving for Conway. Oh shit, is she awake? Are we gonna go back to the thing and there it is? No? Conway, I barely even know her. Alert meow. Slithering sound from somewhere in the grass. Oh, is that a fucking snake? Hope it's not a goddamn snake. Heavier than they look, Ron says. Sure, everyone's heavier after they've passed. It's only natural. Spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little. Oh. Did you guys hear that, chat? The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little bit. We're all heavier after we've passed. And what's up with airplane food? What even is the punchline to that joke? Sounds like a Seinfeld joke. What's the deal with airplane food? Why do they call it a VIN? Sure, this would go a lot quicker with two of us on it. Ron says to the cat, are you busy? Did you leave a sunbeam unslept in? Suit yourself. I'll be here. And what's up with airplane food? Could this stuff taste any worse? It's like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm still stuffed from that huge bag of smoked almonds. Almonds? Almonds? Marianne says, I saw the design on a bar. Oh, it's horse heads. Would you believe it came to me in a dream? Anyway, one of those dreams where you're lost somewhere. Kind of familiar and anonymous. Like a bus terminal.
Almonds.
Almonds. Almonds. Thanks for the 5 bits, Mars. Everyone else knows where... No, Mary's quiet. Marianne's quiet for a moment. It's nice. What's it for? They're going to put this up at the old barn as part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell you the truth. Is that everything over here? Let's go this way. God, it's so pretty. The like chittering of the birds and bugs too. I can't ring the bell yet. Look at this place. The library. What a mess. I'm basically like this building's only next of kin. I don't think anyone else, nobody living, has spent as much time exploring it. Because I've chosen to be the one to remember it. I'm the designated rememberer. The name Al Gore sounds vampiric, to be very honest. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Mars is lurking. Sounds good. What now, Seb? What now? Whenever I have a quiet moment to myself, I close my eyes and picture this building. The floor, the ceiling, the arc of the hallways. I like that kind of history. The lived-in details. Andrew Jackson looked vampiric. Al Gore sounds vampiric. Does Andrew Jackson look vampiric? Never really had thought that before. I guess I could see it. That's how you could know. That's how you know people have always been people. Always made choices and nothing was inevitable. This is a special place. I feel a little guilty. But it's time to move on, you know? For me, anyway. Maybe some new community will grow out of the rubble. It's happened before. I hope they have an easier time. Seb, you playing any Valorant, by the way? Junebug and Johnny walk up. Guys, Kingsley is sleeping, and his tail is wagging so hard in his sleep. I'm going to see if I can show you. No, you can't see him. His tail's too far underneath the desk, but he's having a great time. What are you dreaming of, buddy? We saw no tail. We chased no tail. Saw no tail, heard no tail, smelled no tail. Seb's taking a break. I hope you're winning. Are you playing Jet? Who you playing? Johnny says, what's good, little dude? We were talking about the library. Is this your family? Ezra looks at Johnny. Johnny looks at Junebug. Junebug looks at Ezra. Yeah, that's right. This is my family now. Aw. Aw. Ron dug a grave. Yep, it's happening. We're just going to keep returning to the site. We found a home. The City of Ladies. Interesting. No, I've never read it either. Inquisitive meow. Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho, and some ladies from the Bible. I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. I'll get on a bus ticket, eh? I'll get us a bus ticket, eh? Has anyone ever read the short story by Ted Chiang about parrots? What's that shit called? Minerva McGonagall? That is maybe the most creative spelling of McGonagall I have ever seen, Panda. And ever since then, I've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town. Oh, yeah? Everybody pitches in? It's a community thing, but I make the waffles. If you want, and you promise to keep it a secret, I'll pass on my waffle recipe before I head out. The other option was I'll take it to my grave. Take it to my grave. You can't attack my spelling, Mr. Almens. Sorry, I couldn't read that comment. Attack was misspelled. What? Why so secretive? The mystery adds to the flavor. I just can't bear the thought of any son of a bitch from that power company eating one of my waffles. Before they pulled out, I was in fear of my life half the time. I know I'm not sticking around. Do you think you'll do anything with this place? We'll think of something. What are the acoustics like? Oh, good stretch, Kingsley. What's up, buddy? Did you have a good nap? Oh, you had a good dream there at the end, didn't you? Did you have a good dream? Your tail was wagging. You're a good boy. Oh, his tail's wagging. I miss summertime, guys. I miss summertime deeply. I deeply, deeply miss the ability to exist outside in the sunshine without fearing for my life. Crease with firm, steady pressure along diagonal fold. Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift. She'd made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. They're doing origami flowers. Long Summertime by Mungo Jerry. Oh, the song Summertime. I know that song. In the summertime when the weather is fine, you can step right up and touch the sky. When the weather is fine, you got women on your mind. In the summertime, that song, dude, what a weird song. In the summertime when the weather is fine. Oh, also, that just makes me miss summer. Something, something, have a drink, have a drive, go and you can see what you can find. She put Ron's bouquet down in the sales ledger as romantic bouquet, but really he was just buying in bulk at a small discount. Since the company started allowing resident workers to donate paper flowers to Aunt Connie, exchangeable for sick days, they'd become kind of a shadow currency for a local trade. Pog champs. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows landed. She put her work down, stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. This is such a nostalgic and not in a necessarily good way vibe. Something brown scurries up the side of the tree. A squirrel? Too fast to tell. But also full of hope, full of hope. There's hope all over this. There's decisions that these characters can make that will positively affect each other, that are generous with each other. There's hope. My aunt raised me on CDs and vinyls from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah, that's like my mom was like was 80s mostly, and my dad was like kind of the whole spectrum. You can drink, you can drive, something, something. Go and see what you can find. Alert meow. Something in the bushes stirs. Go get it. Nothing? Chase it down. Oh, we're getting stuff built up here. Panda, what was the first album you ever listened to all the way through front to back? I think mine was Back in Black by AC/DC. Pretty sure. It's the only one I ever listened to as a CD. The first one I ever listened to, like, as a CD start to finish. Purposefully, at least. Not just played for me. It only says... Oh, it's taking off. How does anybody find this place without any roads coming in? Oh, they come through the well from the river like you did. They can find it. It's the hardest thing about keeping an artistic community alive, just getting people to show up. I think the ceremony is around dusk. They called the horses the neighbors, that's right. Meteora was the first to actively listen to. What is that? Wait, what's Meteora? Meteora? Ezra says, where are you flying to? Flying? Ha! I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay. You could fly somewhere if you wanted to, though, right? Of course. Why don't you? Here we go. Keep your distance now. Oh, that cat ran right in front of it. Get out of there. Oh, he's taking off. It's a Linkin Park album. That's right. That's right. I have summertime stuck in my head. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. Cass. Listen to that sound. Shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas. This place was abandoned. Cass's cards predicted they'd be here for quite a while. That effect is so cool. Oh, it's such a cool effect. It like slows it down. Jimbug says, I really like this knife. It has an aura. Know what I mean? An aura. Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. Greater things. You can travel, you can see what you can find. Radio plays softly in the hangar. Not gonna lie, I did not appreciate older music when I was younger. It was only the past like 2 or 3 years that I got back into it using memories of the CDs. Yeah, I mean, you just don't know enough when you're super young, right? You just don't know enough to even tell. Like, you don't know how to distinguish between what it means that a song was made in the 60s or the 80s. And frankly, you continue learning more about that when you get older, you know? Like, it just changed. It just changed. Like, let's give a good example. Like, my understanding of AC/DC when I was 16 is now very different from my understanding of, like, making music back then. When I was 16, I could appreciate something old like AC/DC, but I couldn't appreciate something old like Ella Fitzgerald or Roy Orbison, 2 examples of stuff that I've come to love more recently, you know? Not because the music's any different, but just because, like, it's a different type of old that I can now comprehend and appreciate. I was obsessed with Johnny B. Good for like a couple months. I don't know that I know Johnny B. Good. Do I know Johnny B. Good? There he goes. Can't we go in after him? In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. No. But it's probably full of thorns. But raccoon, it's not happening. Okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what, if that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Yes, ma'am. Hey. Don't run in the graveyard. Why not? People are trying to rest. No running in the graveyard. Why not? People are sleeping. Running in the graveyard. Psh. Look at the horses. Yo. Oh, there's a burial pit for these horses too. Oh, there's something going on inside the barn. The fuck was that? Oh, it's reverberating. Some reverb. It's creepy. It's very creepy. Don't give me any creepy stuff. I don't like the creepy stuff. I want this place to be happy. Just happy. Ooh, it's the light has. You know what I just now learned? First off, we can ring the bell. I just now realized the light has changed. We got to be closer to dusk now, and that's when they said the ceremony was. Let's ring this bell. Chad, are you awake? Chad, are you awake? Chad, are you awake? What did it ring? Like 6 times? 5 times? I didn't actually listen. You can drink, you can drive. I have summertime stuck in my head. Oh, bird just flew through the foreground. There's a wind chime. There it is. Yo, I haven't had... So my grandparents had a wind chime. My grandparents, who both passed away in the last 2 years, had a wind chime. I did not know this until this very moment, but I now know that apparently wind chimes will make me think of them. It's the only time I've encountered a wind chime in the last 10 years, really. Wind chime of any meaning, anyways. Something's changed in here. Shelves up. Furniture. It's dusk. It is definitely dusk. Oh, ceremony for the neighbors. Oh, buddy. Everybody's here. Hey, y'all. Thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to, well, if anyone still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's headed through the woods tonight, back to the road if you want a caravan. Are you staying in? Sure, I'll stay. At least for a while. We can build something here again. This place has good bones. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one out in the woods by... Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one. Well, I guess he was gray, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one. And I loved these horses, but you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So I'm sorry, silver one and other one. Sorry I didn't have better names for you. You deserved better names. Also, sorry I'm so bad at this. Anyone else have anything to say? I've got something to say. Just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me much. Never mentioned it to anyone. Didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if we're clearing the air, well, that happened, and it's okay. I mean, recently, too. I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. It would have been okay if any of you... It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any one of you if you crapped on my floor. This is kind of the most beautiful thing ever. Thanks, Ron. I was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. Remember that? Somebody was calling around with some canned carrots they wanted to get rid of, and I guess Consolidated Power got word of it. So these carrots showed up in the mail. We didn't know where they came from at first. I tried some out. No flavor to them. Some of them were gray. Just awful. Rita said that's still okay to eat. Sometimes carrots just lose their color if they sit in a can too long, but nobody wanted them. Anyway, Aunt Connie came on TV with a message like, hope the horses are enjoying their treat. And we thought, okay, these are for the neighbors. Sure, horses love carrots, right? But the neighbors wouldn't touch them. Wouldn't even look at them. You'd think they were canned rocks. Opened a couple dozen and set them all out by the water trough, and they were still there a day later. Even the raccoons steered clear. Then, of course, Consolidated sent us an invoice for every can we'd opened. Already made out in company script. How do you like that? Hey, Eudice, how's it going? Nikki's going to read a poem. Thanks for sticking around. It's so good to have you all here for this. I know some people had to leave already. I don't judge anyone for that. Maya, you and other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch. The company worked him good and hard and for less than he was worth, and it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. I haven't played it, Eudice. I haven't played it. Nope. I haven't seen it. Nothing at all. Are you playing it? After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're going to bury this today when we bury these horses. It's the same thing. Going to bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? Well, I'll walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's all right. Couldn't be me, but to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave, but that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. Is that Whitman? I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, man. I haven't seen anything about it. Hope you're having a great day, though. Panda says, my shoulders, thigh, and hands feel so sore. All that woodworking you're doing? Nikki clears her throat, begins reading from the paper she's holding. We all leave town and call that town a ghost. What ghost gave this town breath and made it home? And now that breath has gone, we buried it here. What's left is not a ghost, it's just the bones. Closes her eyes for a moment before continuing. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves, clear of ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends, with love. Our neighbors left us here, though not alone. Where friends have gone, we hope one day to go. Here we lay our town and friends to rest. In distant valleys, home to better friends. May yet someday a new and hale grass grow. That's the poem we wrote. Look at that. Then we buried the horses. Oh, shit.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life. A beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to him.
The ghosts behind him.
And never to stray. Just
They're materializing.
praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go.
This is cool.
For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, he'll say, while trusting that soul redeeming love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to him and never to stray.
The shadows. This is what's cool about this scene. It's the shadows now.
I'm going that way.
Disappearing. Leaving. Whew. The sounds. Got some chills. Ooh. All right, so I wonder what we'll be left with once it's all gone. There's Junebug and Johnny. I wonder if I can move. I can move. The cat is running. Ooh, look at the little puddles. Ooh, shadows. Yeah, it was just... Oh, buddy. I was hoping this would happen. Bring the guitars back. Okay, I no longer have control over the mouse. Slow pan or zoom. I really have to pee, but I'm also having a great freaking time. I think that's the end. We've kind of answered it for ourselves of what ends, what happens, what ends. It's the end. Nice. We had sort of arrived at enough of a conclusion for this type of game, you know? Which would be like, wait, can I not do that? The end, by the way. Fiend. Is there not this one? Death of the what again? Let me Google that. Is there an interlude? Death of the Kentucky Route Zero. Now let's do it again. Let's do it again. Death of the Hired Man is the 5th and final interlude. From the title of the poem by Robert Frost, Death of the Hired Man. How do I can't access it though. How do I access it? Oh, article says how to unlock Kentucky Route Zero's post Act 5 intermission. Ah, Panda says now let's do it again. We actually have to restart really quickly to unlock it. Wow. Of course we do. Do you guys want to become famous? I'm going to try and do this real quick. So we just do a part of this first scene again, and then apparently we can exit out and get it back. Hey, look, that's us and our dog. Remember this? Fucking Conway, man. There's Blue. Old hound in an old straw hat. My old hat, or my old truck. Moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side is the words Lisette's Antiques. Conway Twitty. Attendant. He looks. Joseph sits between gas pumps and a Queen Anne armchair. Hair's gray, glasses darkened. Let's talk to him. You hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know. Beer bottles, whiskey, lost a tire or something. Spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. Hope they don't come down here looking for anything. Blew damn fuse and it's all shut off. Dog's name is Blue. Sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Here's some jerky for Blue. Driving all evening looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. So I'm gonna, as I do this, maybe what I'll do is just I'll talk about anything that pops up during this conversation on screen if it's interesting, but also just talk about the game as a whole real quick before we do anything else. I feel like this game was incredible. I'd put it in like top 5 maybe experiences in video games I've ever had. Don't ask for that list because I'm not going to make it today. Maybe I'll make it another time. Yeah, I'd put it in top 5 ever maybe. And the reasoning for that is just like a lot of the things I've talked about along the way. Like I think so much of this is not me arguing for this being the greatest game ever, but for me arguing for this being a game made for me. With like enough ties to the place to appreciate it. With a strong desire for stories like this in their way, their shape. With a lot of interest in that stuff, an appreciation for dialogue and shit, and you know, dialogue and shit, and just like the modes of storytelling are great, but that's all stuff I'm just nerding out about. An obvious, like a huge and obvious amount of heart behind it. Basement people. Can I talk to the basement people? Yeah. There's parts of it that are like, you know, it's slow at times. Of course it is. That's, I think, probably a strength and a weakness both. Yeah. I do love it though. Parts of it are a little harder to make sense of, like stories like this are, you know. I just keep comparing it to like Twin Peaks, 100 Years of Solitude, like didn't this game release like act by act over years? Yes, between January 2013 and January 2020. Yes, one act at a time every 2 years, basically. It's the project of like basically my understanding of Cardboard Computer, the developers, is like 3 friends, just like 3 friends who made a game, and it turned out to be an incredibly beautiful, incredibly well received game, with like a kind of cult following, and yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like if I had to like say what also belongs in the world of this game, it's like Twin Peaks, 100 Years of Solitude, but also like oh man, there's this play I saw staged a couple of years ago, which is all about like almost like farming and homesteading and life, and it has the same elements of like music and what is the name of that play? Shit. Yeah. Could you imagine just playing Act 1 7 years ago? No. No, I could not. 8 years ago? No, I could not. Just playing 8-1 and the 8... Can you imagine being in... Yeah, kind of like what you're saying. This may be exactly what you're saying. Can you imagine getting in on the very beginning? And being like, wow, I have you know, a solid 2 years to wait until the next one. And then after that, 2 years to wait until the one after that. Etc. and etc. That's what I'm saying. It must have been excruciating. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Also, though, meets the perfect parts of my, like, you know, the whole bit about hypertext and, like, and Xanadu. Yeah. We have the die again. Cool, cool. I imagine it feels the same way as waiting 4 years for season 2 of Attack on Titan. I wouldn't know, but yeah. I placed the die on the table this time. I hope that doesn't change anything. Yeah. You know what I just realized? The basement is the shape of a horse. Tail, legs. Legs were in the horse's intestines right now. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. 2 front legs, and then there's the top. Oh my god, it never occurred to me the first time. Holy shit. Like, I don't even feel, it feels dumb to say the obvious, which is that the art style and the music also were just, like, overwhelmingly beautiful. Overwhelmingly beautiful. To the point where I almost refused to turn it down volume-wise a couple times when I probably should have. Let's go to the computer. We have to get the directions from the computer and then try and leave. And then we come right back. I still have to pee, but I'll pee once we have the thing unlocked. Typing Joseph. Stars drop away. Nobody saw the accident. Okay, got the address. Let's get out of here. Can you imagine waiting 7 years for Yuri on Ice Season 2, which hasn't even been made yet? For 8 years for Steins Gate Season 2. Anime's weird, man. Anime's weird, man. I think this will work. Conway's ready to leave. All right. Oh shit, I just accidentally closed a tab that I didn't mean to close. Oops. Act 1, Scene 2? I never did this one. You can come right back. Equus Oils, round 2. Now there's a person to talk to, apparently. Yeah, there is. Blue. Does he have... He has a rack, like a deer's antlers on his back. How's it going, Blue? What do you think about this place? Never noticed it driving by. Take it easy, Blue. Let's talk to the man. Joseph and stranger. Man with a large pair of antlers slung over his shoulder is speaking with Joseph. Let's talk to him then. And that's only a few miles outside of Hodgenville. Anyway, I don't think you could do much better for accessibility. And they got that new gas station if folks get lost. Carrington says maybe they should feel lost. Joseph, just as lost as then as we are already lost. Just as lost then as we are always already lost. Just like poor itinerant Silas, wandering the road, looking for a home. That's a way to look at it, I guess. Hello, I heard that old truck rumble on up. How's Blue? Maybe you can help this fellow. He's looking for a venue, is how you said it, right? Mars is laughing at me stuttering. I have an old friend who runs a bar. They probably got a real big stage. No, can't be indoors. Impossible. But I'm obliged you to stop a moment to help me work through this. Let me explain my charge. I've dedicated my last 12 years to the design and orchestration of my life's greatest work. A grand, broadly experimental theatrical adaptation of The Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. There it is. I've read some of his stuff. He's pretty okay. Not one of my favorites, but Carrington here has a knack for drama. Well, drama is my second love. My higher calling is pseudoscience. So when's the performance? Event is to be performed tomorrow morning, just before dawn, but in the spirit of tragedy, our venue fell through at the last moment. Been out all day driving the highways looking for a replacement. Eyes fastened to the landscape like a hawk scouring the field. As we are always already lost. What a fucking phrase. Jesus, I'm not even mad at you. That is written with the express purpose of making you have a stroke. And yes, and rereading it and spending a second on it, right? Yeah. Like a hawk, in fact, that I failed to keep an eye on my gas meter. I'm here waiting for the tow truck to bring my car so I can get back at the task. What kind of venue you looking for? Somewhere outdoors, intimate, somewhere tragic. If you have attention to spare on your drive, I'd be grateful. Now let me double check. I think that unlocks it. Head out. Once you're on the map, quit back to the circle. Back to circle. There it is. Death of the Hired Man. Maybe they should add a may cause stroke, sentence structure, and word choice warning for the start of the game, like for flashing lights. I love that. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to pee, and then we'll do this, and we'll wrap it up. I'll be right back. Exclamation chair in chat. BRB. Panda says, hey, the stream just got better. Was that right as I left the screen? Okay, well, cool. Death of the Hired Man. Let's do it. Oh, I was thinking while I was peeing. Death of the Hired Man. One more thing I wanted to say about this. The other thing I feel is that, like, with a very surreal, hyper-real twist, and obviously implied, to love a red moon, that the people in this game are my people. These are, like, the people I come from, you know? Like, the people I love, my family members, are, like, very much possibly would be people in this thing. Harry says, Mexico, Carrington. That's what she said. Damn. Oh, she's been there before. Is this, the wife? It sounds so far away. This thing, right here. She lived there for years. Mexico, I hardly know her. Crossroads. A Bible, Holy Bible. Why'd she come back? Ask her. Sometimes it's hard to get a straight answer. There goes the bird. So I recall, well, that old girl's trouble anyhow. I'll tell her you said so. Eh, she'd wear it with pride. She would, wouldn't she? This right here is also some Twin Peaks shit. Soap opera going on, conversation happening. It's all Twin Peaks. Soap opera meets drama, like surreal drama. Sure, you laugh. Sorry, Harry. You laugh, but where you'll go to sit and talk all day when they shut this place down. Is this the bar? Oh, I appreciate the steaks. It'd be a different story if someone bought a drink with cash now and then. Yeah, this is the bar. Sure, Harry, we've all got our troubles. Which reminds me. I'll pour them. You two having fun in chat? It's not that. As I was leaving the bureau, I ran into someone else. Uh-huh. Little indigestion. I hardly even know her. Your erstwhile janitor. I bet. What did he have to say? I can touch the dials, guys. He suggested he might come by and clean your facilities. You what? I told him never to... Now, Harry, be kind. I told him. Bar door opens and closes. Credits. Here he is. Now? Be kind. NASCAR's on the TV. Let's go. This is incredible. I'm always kind. How's it look out there, Brandon? This was my favorite. The soap opera. The sun is out, Brandon says. Imagine that. I mean, it's clear skies. Well, I'll get started. Listen, kid. Every part of this dialogue just sounds super dramatic with this. Just go on back, my young friend. We'll check in on you shortly. Oh, it's just a couple of bathrooms. See, that attitude. Go on back, Brandon. Okay, I'll start with the ladies. Fine. There's nobody. Nah, just us and the kids. Oh, hey, y'all. What are you watching? Some soap opera. Damn. Thought if I changed it. Of course you are. Well. Footsteps and bathroom door opens. See, Harry, a little bit of kindness and you got your janitor back. When was I ever anything but kind to him? I let him sleep in the office whenever he misses the bus. But he's not dependable. Off he goes, always when I need him most. Thinks he ought to earn a little pay. I can't afford to pay any fixed wages. I wish I could. So when someone else can pay, then someone else will have to. Not so loud, he'll hear you. I want him to. He'll have to, eventually. Harry, I believe you were about to pour us a couple drinks. This damn bar is like a muddy, black little pond where everyone who stops to drink falls in and drowns. Now, Harry, who would drink from a muddy, black pond? There's always someone thirsty enough. And what are you in this colorful metaphor? Just another set of bones at the bottom. That's beautiful. I'll drink to that. So will I. Drinks are pouring. They're falling in love. Eh? On TV. So how'd it go? Your plaything. My plaything? Let's switch channels. To the news now. I staged an experimental theater production, yes. Well, pardon me. If you know, it was a disaster. Sorry to hear that. On the topic of my production, the less said, the better. Fine, change the subject. It was doomed from the start, really. He didn't change the subject. As I watched the sun rise that morning in front of Equus Oils. What's that? Old gas station. Joseph's place. How is old Joe? Reflective these days, aren't we all? You did your play at a gas station? I staged. Yes. And nobody came out. I'll be damned. An uncommon venue by design. It's unique, I'll give you that. Even if an audience had materialized, there were other gaps in the production. Okay. The cast and crew also absent. Damn. So I alone stood there at sunrise with no play and no audience to miss it. And you? What's been occupying your days and nights, my friend? Not much. Sometimes I go down to the store and restock, but then it's straight back home. Home. You mean this place? I guess. Sounds pathetic, doesn't it? Raindrops. Drop drops. Watching this NASCAR eating these Mars bars. You had it right at first. This bar is no home. It all depends on what you mean by home. Talking to Brandon the other day, I got the sense he sees this bar as kind of home too. Ha! He's like a dog that walked in off the street. What do you do, Harry, when a dog walks in off the street? Give him some water. The dog never did anything wrong. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. What's that from? A poem. I bet. It sounds like a greeting card. Meant to sound a little cynical, I believe. That playlist play sounds like something out of Catch-22. I believe that. What's the poem called? The Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. Oh, of course. Only the poem which served as the basis for my doomed experimental stage production. I'm sure it's a great poem. The next line is, I should have called it something you somehow haven't to deserve. Huh. Mean anything to you? Is he a Christian man? Frost? Yes, I think he was. With a healthy measure of doubt. And it sounds to me like the grace of God. You get it when you're baptized. It's automatic. You don't have to do anything to earn it. I don't think this style does anything. What do you think? Harry, you know I only attend church for the acoustics. Then what's the line mean to you? Oh, I take it very literally. It's a moral claim. There is, for each of us, a place called home. The relationship is inalienable. It's our birthright. No one may keep us from this place. Says who, though? I mean, who enforces it? If God won't, then it's up to us. I guess you think the same goes for that kid back there. Am I so transparent? So why is it up to us, though? Doesn't his grandma work in a bank or something? Does she? I'm pretty sure I heard that. But Harry, don't you think that if he could get help from family... ... Sure, maybe they had a fight. He looked exhausted. Yeah, he did. Why don't you go check on him? Kind of quiet back there, huh? Not to scold him, Harry, just to see how he's doing. Yeah, all right. I'll catch up with the races. Well, you've been glued to this program all day long. What do you make of it? Yeah, I've never really watched it before, but it's pretty good. This is Emily now. I like how the cars all look like these normal sedans, but under the hood, they're monsters. It's admirable to be stronger than you look. As I understand, the sport began among rum runners. I knew that. Sorry your play was a bust. Live theater's always a risk. That's what makes it interesting. I agree. Sure, you're a performer. You understand. I was in a movie recently. I hadn't heard. A Western, kind of. A glitch Western. You have my complete attention. Just thinking about your poem. Oh? Yeah, but I was thinking about it as a riddle. Like, what's the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in? And the answer is home? No. It's a grave. Our host returns, but so quickly. Let's watch these credits for a while. Fun fact about Frost's religion, it's super unclear. Many think he was atheist, and it was recently discovered he called himself an Old Testament Christian, but nobody knows if that meant Jewish or not. It's still pretty widely believed he was atheist, as he appeared to reject most religious ideas. Home versus grave is nice. I agree. That's very interesting, Mars. Very interesting. Let him rest, Harry says. I think he was asleep. Let him rest. Let him rest. Home. He's home. He's the working man. He's working at work. He's the hired man. He's home. Let him rest. What's the place where, when you go there, they have to let you in? It's your grave. Well, chat, it's a good time. It's a very good time. It's a very good time. It was a very good time. Thanks for coming along for the ride. What a game. That one will have a special place in my heart for a very long time. Very long time. I'm glad we tried it. Glad we tried it. Glad we experimented. I will definitely be keeping an eye on what the cardboard computer people are doing next. I actually looked at their Twitter the other day, and I don't know that I haven't looked at interviews or anything, but I don't know if they're working on anything next, but I'll be very interested. Very interested. All right, let's all go to the grave. I mean, home. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, I would really appreciate a like on the video. And otherwise, we'll see you next time.